the 23rd. That is where we are going to start out. That is obviously today. We had a big aspect today, and that was Mars in Leo square Jupiter in Taurus. And this occurred at 1 degree 28 minutes. Jimmy, I know I normally have the dogs out, but this is where we're at today. The door's open. I normally am like closed off in my office, but I wanted the puppies here, just having that loving energy around. Again, it's probably the Venus moon thing, right? So Jemmy's here, and we've got Kepler on the couch. Kepi's over on the couch taking a little nap. So Mars Leo square Jupiter in Taurus, 1 degree, 28 minutes. This is part of the fixed grand cross grand square. So yes, this is still activated. Yes, this is still going on. Let me just do that. There we go. With Leo and Taurus, this can definitely be something literally that we see on Earth. So Mars in Leo just brings out the fire. It brings out the aggression. It brings out the explosions. It brings out the, combustion. And then you have Jupiter in Taurus, which fucking just makes everything bigger, and it's Earth. It is literally here. It's how we deal with things. It's how we do things. It's, look right here. It's our money, possessions, earning power, financial values. It's all the things that are here tangible on Earth. And let's see, we had the Four of Wands just pop out. And, the thing that I love about this, and the thing that I love about this Four of Wands coming out, is both Jupiter and Mars, as soon as they ingressed into these signs, had a meeting up with Pluto, like immediately, like ingress, breathe, Page of Wands, and immediately meet with Pluto. And at this 1 degree, 28 minutes, like Pluto's a beast, right? He's still there. There's still influence. It's still within an orb. But it's not a direct influence anymore, right? There's a little bit of space there. There's enough space that I think, the Hermit, there's our friend Pluto. There's enough space here where Pluto is looking over their shoulder. So if we looked at this as the two cards that we're talking, or as the two planets that we're talking about, right? Like I would put Jupiter in Taurus with the Four of Wands, right? This is your abundance. This is the 1111. This is the portal. This is the energy into the Taurian themes, where Taurus lands in your house. Now, obviously, not all Taurus is going to be in the second house. That is the house that Taurus rules. But in your natal chart, it could be the third house. It could be the sixth house. It could be the 11th house where you find Taurus. And that's what you want to look at, is what are the themes in that part of your natal chart. So if it's, for example, let's call it the sixth house, the house of Virgo traditionally. That is where your work is. That is where your habits are. That is where your physicalness is, your everyday activities, the things, your checklist, how you go about the world, how you show up and keep your commitments. Okay, cool. So now let's say Jupiter's in there in Taurus, which brings everything into the physical. We are in the earth here. With that Four of Wands, if the sixth house is where your Chorus house is, Chorus house is, here you have Jupiter bringing in and maybe potentially opening up something more with the work that you do, giving you new skill sets, changing some of the work that you do, putting yourself in different connection points, giving yourself a little more, Jupiter could be opening up and bringing in a little more responsibility. Jupiter could be showing where, hey, this is what I need to take care of in my physical vessel. I am feeling it. I am feeling it in my physical vessel, in my throat. I'm feeling it in my shoulders. I'm feeling it in my, heart. I'm feeling it in my hips, wherever that is. I need to do some movement. I need to take better care of myself. It could also be in those daily activities, right? Like, hey, and we are in Gemini season, taking care of the mind. Let me consistently go to a therapist. Let me consistently show up and do the things that I need to do to bring harmony, to bring balance, to bring love, the actions because this is all about the wands, is the actions that I need to take in order to live forward in the world. So I would call this Four of Wands Jupiter and Taurus. This Page of Wands is Mars and Leo. It's action, fire, all the things are aligning here with this Page of Wands, but I love that it showed up as the page because Mars is in the literal first decan of Leo, and he is youthful. He's learned a lot. He's grown a lot through Cancer. He's grown a bunch through Gemini, and that's why he is a page. He's not like, one of the other 10 down, 10 to 1 arcana, right? Minor arcana. He is the page. He is showing up in his strength, and he is ready to do what is necessary. And then here we have Father Pluto, the Hermit. And I love that he's facing this way because, again, they are both out of the direct influence of Pluto. However, Pluto's still there looking back at them like, bro, don't fucking forget. You better not have sat with me at table and broken fucking bread and listened to me talk and give you advice, sage the shit out of you, right? Give you the wisdom, crone, come in and understand things. You better not have done that and wasted my time for you to go and fuck this up. I'm watching you. I still have influence here. I'm still seeing, right? Because at the end of the day, Pluto is looking at you like, Pluto is looking at this energy and what's happening. And it's like, thank you for showing me where you're at. Thank you for showing me where you're at. So that way I know how to transform your life even more now. So what are you going to show him? What are you going to show Pluto? That's this energy, right? And as Pluto continues to go back and forth over Capricorn, Aquarius, and then finally settles into Aquarius and then does all kinds of things in Aquarius over his 21-year stint, Pluto is all about the transformation. Pluto is all about the power, coming into your personal power. So Pluto is giving information away. And it's asking, how much are you listening to that? How much are you doing with that? And just in general, I'm going to leave these up here because I would like this visual is really prominent and I want it to be there for us. But I do want to get into like how, hello, the Queen of Wands. There we go. All right, we'll put that right there. I do want to get into how Mars, Leo square Jupiter, Taurus today, how this can actually like physically show up because there can be some really like literal meanings of this. So as this square comes to its zenith, which was today, and then will kind of ebb off, this can be a release and buildup for Mars. Like Mars was in watery Cancer. He's starting something here. So this could be like, I need to release all of this energy that I was in when I was in Cancer and Gemini. Like I need to get it out. I need to take some physical action. I need to make some sort of like the wands. Again, I need to do some sort of physical thing, this physical activity. And he could need, that can come out in many different ways. Explosions, right? I really looked at this. So I'm in northern Texas, and right now since Friday of last week, which is again this T-square coming together, we've been experiencing like significant thunderstorms. I believe that there had been some tornadoes that touched down nowhere near where I'm at, but we have been having like the last 2 nights all night long, thunder, lightning, Kaiwo, Kabiesi, Shango, and just a bunch of rain, hail, things like that. This is one of those moments with the star coming out. This is one of those moments of like sparked storms, Mars, Leo square Jupiter and Taurus, where Mars could be releasing that energy, releasing that bolt of lightning, and it hits a tree, it hits the ground, it hits something and causes some sort of fire, causes some sort of explosion outwards, causes some sort of spark, causes some sort of like, that's what can happen here. And Jupiter's making it bigger because Jupiter doesn't care what it is. Like, this is that star right here. Jupiter gives no fuck what it is. It's going to be grand. It's going to be as big as it wants to be. It's going to be as dreamy as it wants to be. It's going to be as, whether it's on land, whether it's in water, doesn't matter. It's going to manifest larger than you thought possible. So I wrote down like bombs. Another thing that really aligned for me, especially because Mars just got out of Cancer and Venus is still there, was like underwater volcanoes where an eruption underwater and it just like spews out. It could create new islands. Very Jupiter, Taurus, Mars, Leo square, where typically an underwater volcano explosion may not create like an island or show above the water. It's typically down below, but this could add on to landmass. That would be a very that is a literal manifestation of how this could come out. Missile testing, anything to do with like the metal, the iron, the Ogun things in life, right? So that's today. We don't really have anything on the 24th and 25th within a 3-degree orb. And we got the Two of Wands that came out. So let me put this up here. So it is this contemplative, this Two of Wands. There's a lot that can happen in explosion land, right? There's a lot of reactive energy. And there can continue to be this reactive energy as that fixed grand cross square turns into the mutable T-square. And once it gets air, once it gets mutable, once it gets the ability to like expand and go wherever and not have a container, that can even multiply more. So be contemplative, the Two of Wands. Be contemplative of where you're going. Figure out your reactions. Think about the things. Stand in this power, this Queen of Wands. Stand in this power here. Make sure that you are sovereign. Make sure that you're putting on your warrior. Make sure that, yes, you're listening on high, right? You're listening to all of the things that you need to listen to. You're doing the things that you need to do. You're taking the right action, but just watch the reactions, your reactionary tendencies.